There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Good evening, everybody. This is Gordon from Greyhawk Gaming. I am joined, as usual, by my soon-to-be freshly dead corpses. I have Alan playing Xerxes, Mickey playing Siren, Neville playing Beirut, Richard playing Carcarius, and Peter playing Carolus. When we saw our heroes last, they had stumbled into the fortified position of a whole bunch of orcs and trolls and direwolves and ogres and an Oni. And decided to start things off by dropping a shovel on somebody's head. And over the last couple of sessions, they have slowly been whittling down the enemy forces. But we left off last week with them being surrounded, I believe. Carolus is down, Xerxes is looking wounded, Carcarius is up but surrounded by an Oni and an ogre. There are bowmen on the walls. Beirut is surrounded by a couple of orcs, a couple of direwolves, and a troll, the last remaining troll. Siren is off in the bundu somewhere, pretending to be dead. Bims is half dead, hanging from a tree. Did I forget anything?
Sounds about right. And Feathers is dead.
Yeah, Feathers is in a pocket dimension somewhere in the middle of Oblivion.
Feathers is this chilling.
Feathers had a short debut.
Drinking a martini on the astral plane.
Yeah, waiting to be resummoned.
Watching all this through like some little mirror pool.
Lovely. Alrighty, guys. So let us get this started with the top of the initiative round. We have Xerxes. Mr. Xerxes, what are you doing?
All right.
With your whole 3 HP. Sorry.
So,
I promise I'm not.
I cast prestidigitation. Can I have the map, please, so I can point?
Oh yes, certainly. Let me share the map with you guys. Why will it not let me share map? Oh, there we go.
Share our doom.
Oh wait, I just realized something. We also need to enable some Batal music. There we go.
No, you don't need to enable the battle music. You just need to put the Reaper song on. That's it.
Or rather the funeral dirge. Doom, 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 doom. No, that sounds almost like the Imperial March.
You can put that on too.
Every time I try to do the funeral one, I'll immediately just end up doing Star Wars. I'm like, nope, that's not right. It's better, but it's not right.
Alrighty, so Xerxes, I interrupted you, sorry. You want to cast prestidigitation.
I'm casting prestidigitation, from in this sort of general area. I'm going to make it sound like a massive roaring dragon. Just a dragon roaring in the distance. And then I'm going to laugh maniacally, and I would say, would you really think us so stupid to attack without a plan? I suggest you all scatter and run for your lives while you can. I have summoned my dragon companion to tear you all limb from limb. Leave immediately or face a fiery wave of death.
Is that written down?
Yes, I had to write it down.
I was about to say, that sounded very prepared.
Sounds like a prepared speech. And this is fantastic.
I wrote it down while I was eating my popcorn.
When you cast prestidigitation, the following happens. You expect there to be a huge dragon roar emanating from that direction, and all you hear is... Because all prestidigitation can do is make faint musical notes. An odd odor, a puff of wind, a shower of sparks. Mostly a harmless sensory effect. It's not very loud.
I know it says like that. So where's the room for the scope to do different things?
Minor and major illusion, I think, is the things that allow you to actually do the bigger noises and such.
There is another cantrip that allows you to increase your voice and so on. I can't remember what that is.
Increase your voice.
Yeah.
That's the cleric one.
Thaumaturgy. That's it.
Thaumaturgy. The other way around.
If I do
I
it-
think is limited.
If I do it in the inverse guy's ear, would it sound realistic to one person?
That might be a little bit more like it. I will say, sure, what the hell. Make a deception check, but with disadvantage.
So Thaumaturgy would have actually been able to do it.
Thaumaturgy can
That a
adjust
cantrip?
the volume of your voice.
No. You
Right.
create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice, such as a rumble of thunder, cry of a raven, or ominous whispers.
Yeah.
I think if you can mimic rumble thunder, then Dragon's thing isn't too far off.
Yeah, probably. So,
I'm using my bardic inspiration.
do you still have that?
Well, I've got either DM inspiration or bardic inspiration. I used one, so
I'm trying to remember last week.
I did use one. I still have the other one. Either
Can
way,
anybody else remember what did Ellen use?
No.
I did use one. I just don't remember. Let's think.
Didn't you tick it off? If you had DM?
Normally, if you used your DM inspiration, I would make sure that it was ticked off. Like Peter used his, and Richard used his. So I think
I did use one.
I think
but I
you
do have
used the
bardic inspiration. That's fine.
Yeah.
I've still got DM inspiration.
Cool. Then you just make a straight roll.
And now we pray.
Not too bad.
All right, let's see. This guy would have to roll a nat 20 or a 19 to beat you.
Oh.
Okay. So you
So you rolled
see
that one.
you see this orc war chief stop for a moment, look around, and he shouts back to the other orc behind him, "Did you hear a dragon?" And the other orc just stands there and goes, "Oh."
I'll say, "Are you all deaf? Run!"
He says this in
And then
Orcish. You don't understand shit.
Yeah, I don't understand
You
shit.
don't speak.
I'll
You
say,
don't
"What?"
speak Orcish.
I'm gonna say in common, "Are you all deaf? Why aren't you running?" And I'll start moving away.
Alright, you're still like 20 feet in the air, so you don't get attacks of opportunity on you, luckily. Is it gonna let you? Okay, it looks like there's a hard border on that, so you will not be able to move into the black. I'll just move you that way, okay, for now.
Okay.
Alrighty. That ends your turn. That was your action, and don't know if you have any bonus actions.
I don't think there's anything I can do.
Alrighty. So this magnificent beast, the war chief, he's going to stand there for a bit. He's still looking for this dragon, so I tell you what I'm going to do. He's going to spend an action looking for the dragon. Look it up, damn you. Where's...
I did fly diagonally, by the way.
Alrighty.
So, hey Gordon, I flew diagonally.
Yes,
Just BT dubs.
Yeah. That's cool. So he spends his action doing that, so he won't do anything else. Who is this dude? Where is this dude? Oh, look, this is the guy that's almost dead, but not quite dead, standing next to Beirut. Beirut, are you prone on the ground?
Nope, not that I know of.
No, he had his turn off.
I
trying
am
to build him.
apparently.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking.
That
You
will
should have
take me
stood
down.
up, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not going to get well, he will still get advantage on this attack. Because you are incredibly surrounded.
Royally fucked.
I was going to say that, but then I decided, let's not be cruel. Wow. A 1 and an 8, folks. That was a 1 and an 8. He misses you as this gigantic axe comes flying past you. You just casually sidestep it. And he grunts in frustration. Yeah, you hear him there in the background. Orc number 2, his buddy, who is at full health, is standing next to him. And says, "Why you no hit? He right there." Oh, for fuck's sake, 2 threes!
Bro, you know it.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
Okay, let's see. You might actually survive this, folks, if this is the way I'm rolling tonight. So this guy is going to run after you, Xerxes. Because he's not afraid of no dragon. Well, he didn't hear no dragon. And he's going to lob a javelin as he takes this run up to you. And the javelin sails through the air and actually flipping hits you.
I'm dead.
Oh, no.
Oh god, and you're gonna fall.
And you fall. And the dragon's breath ends on Bims. You take damage from the fall equal to 5 points of bludgeoning damage, which means you automatically fail a death save.
God damn.
Please knock it off on your
What height? What height were you at?
20.
Well,
No,
more.
higher, because he'd fly
You
up
diagonally.
Oh yeah, he flew at a diagonal upwards. So, yeah, it will still be about the same. Maybe an extra point of damage, but he'll still fail his death save. So
Yeah.
Xerxes is down. And that brings us to the troll. The troll is pissed. Because everybody's blocking the troll from hitting the annoying
Oh, I
So he's
thought
gonna,
the troll would be pissed.
like, you know those guys who are in a crowd, but they're like, too short to actually see what's going on, so they're just like trying to weave and stick it. He's actually tall enough, he just can't find a gap until he gets around to this side. And he's going to claw you. Try and pull you towards him, Beirut. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's another 3. In frustration, can he do... Oh, he makes 2 with his claw. Oh wait, that was with advantage. I forgot. Nope, that's a 5. Next one. With advantage. 24 to hit. Can you do anything?
I'm looking.
Look,
I
fast.
can do something. I was going to use it when that thing started attacking me, but I think I've used it already.
The time
No, I
for
haven't.
waiting.
What is that?
The time for waiting is over.
There was to impose disadvantage, but it's too late now. So no, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. He rolled shit. 10 points of damage. But then he gets to bite you. Can you impose disadvantage on this?
Yep.
Alright, then as he leans in to take a chunk out of your shoulder, your whole appearance wavers and becomes even unsettling for a troll to look at. He rolls a 26 to hit. Ah, fantastic.
Oh,
And Beirut goes down.
Fuck.
Bims! What is Bims doing?
Damn it.
Bibbs can't do anything, can he?
Yeah, of course he can. Where's Bims?
Yeah, but he can only communicate with
Xerxes.
the...
But he
No,
can
can communicate with anything.
Ooh, wait. Xerxes. Yeah, he can communicate with anything. Make an intelligence check. No, make a perception check for Bims.
Okay. Oh, what check? Sorry?
Perception.
Perception.
I want
see
to
if
see
this
if he
automatically
notices you
rolls.
falling out of the sky. Okay, good news. With a 20, he does. So he is going to fly. He's got 60 feet of movement. He's going to make a beeline towards you with the potions that he has in the bag around his neck. But he
No,
doesn't
I would have made
quite
him have a
reach.
potion instead.
Yeah, he could possibly do that. Do you want to do that instead?
Well, I feel like I don't think Bims is just going to fly into danger for no reason.
No reason. Not no reason.
It's not no reason, sure, but flying into danger on 3 HP, he's usually quite averse to danger
This is
in
true.
general.
Well, let's say that he gets that far. And do you want to roll a healing potion effect onto him?
I don't think I have one.
On Xerxes itself. Yourself.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
I have one. Must have just rolled it on.
Oh wait, I do. There we go.
What's that? Kind of what that we had. Okay, so he heals for 7 points. He is at least looking a bit better. But now there's only one potion left in the bag. That will be Bim's turn. Beirut, death saving throw, please.
You said that too fast. You sound too excited.
I am excited. After how many years of campaigning, I might actually get to kill my brother.
No.
That was a natural 1, folks, for a critical failure.
God.
I think this is all rigged, by the way.
It was a good run.
It's rigged from the start.
Of course.
Ah,
No, not Beirut!
I bequeath my body to Necrobar.
Necrobar does not exist in this world.
Oh.
Yet.
No!
Yet. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm sad.
So, that is Beirut's turn. The
Uh-huh.
Oni.
Oh God.
Nice crying face.
As
There
far
we
as
go.
he's concerned, Siren is still unconscious or dying over there.
You can't see me, I'm in a tree. I'm hiding.
So, Precarious, this Oni floating in the air above you, cape swirling, looks down at you with glee in his eyes, and he whispers in a voice that makes every hair that you have on your body stand up. And he says to you, if you surrender and forsake your god, I might let you live as my plaything.
Oh my god. Oh.
Not a chance.
Do you choose to respond?
Burn, motherfucker.
And he says, very well. I need you to make as his eyes glow with a shimmering purple light, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please, Vicarious.
God. This is not going to end well. Oh, maybe wisdom.
Wisdom is not a bad stat for you, so... Okay,
When
so
we
you...
started the session, we all decided this is not going to end well. Because
So you start to feel like your will is not your own, but then you start humming a hymn to Procan under your breath, and you manage to break this creature's attempt to charm you. And that will end its turn, which brings us to the direwolf. The direwolf is going to run up to you, Vicarious. Eventually. And he's going to attempt to bite you. This will be with advantage. Wow, that was a 19 and a 20, folks.
Oh my god.
I'm probably going down.
I need you to make a strength saving throw for me as well, if this doesn't kill you. Okay, never mind. You are already prone on the ground as the wolf rips into you.
At least I didn't forsake my god.
At least you did not forsake your god. This is now
I feel like
question.
Hurricane owes me one for that.
I'm the only one up.
Yep.
Did you actually stand up, Siren, or were you still lying on the ground?
When they moved away, I made my way behind the tree.
That's right.
I backed off.
Make
Into hiding.
for me a stealth check, please.
I lost breath. Find help!
Someone needs to tell our story.
But I'm
This is going to be
sad.
contested.
What better than a bard?
Yeah, who is better than a bard?
So this direwolf starts dragging Beiru's body over to the Oni.
Fuck.
No. No.
And that will end its turn. Carolus, death saving throw for me, please. Hector, are you there?
Yes.
Get a 20, get up and run.
Get a 20 and run away, little girl, run
Yeah.
away.
So
No,
it
that is a
was-
2. That is a failure. How many saves and failures are you sitting on at the moment, Peter?
One. Failure.
One failure. Okay, cool.
Got up and then got down again.
When I get up, I get down again. No, that's not how that song goes.
I get knocked down.
Get up. It's just trying to swap it.
Which brings us to awkward.
Problem is, it's I get knocked down and there's no more part to the song now.
He's also going to attempt to see if he sees you.
No.
Oh, wow. What did he do there? Nope. He does not see you behind the tree, so instead he is going to move down the wall. Which brings us to Orc Bowman number 3, who is down on the ground here. He walks up to where this wolf has dragged Beiru. Come on now. And he says to the wolf, go grab the dwarf. Don't hurt him. And he kneels
Fucking late
down
for
by
that.
you, Beiru. And he actually stabilizes you.
Damn it.
No.
And the
I would
Oni
rather die
says,
than be captured.
and the Oni says, these will make fine slaves.
You're going.
And I'm just trying to get the stabilized effect onto Beiru quickly, but it's taking forever to open up. Stable.
Who stabilized me? The Oni or
The
the
orc.
Shaman? The Orc. Okay, the Orc.
Orc Bowman number 3 is going to jump down. Oh, no, number 3, number 6. And he's going to do the same for Carolus. Corcarius, I mean. Why am I getting you guys confused?
Jeez.
Because the other C ain't here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, why is this taking so long? So you are also currently considered stable, Richard. And that brings us to Bowman number 8, who is just going to keep his bow trained on the skies, so to speak. Bowman number 9 is going to move up a bit and do the same. Come on now. Ogre number 2. These guys have got quite a distance that they can move. He doesn't quite make it to the dwarf, but he's also heading towards the dwarf. And that brings us to the next duty. Oh, which is Siren. Siren, how are you doing?
I don't know what to do. I'm just horrified right now.
Find help.
I can, but that I don't know. You'll die, and I'll be sad even more because, and it'll be my fault.
What you doing, Siren?
No.
You have opportunities.
To get away.
Remember your longsword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never use your longsword. Don't take on the fight. Get lost. Go out.
Then I'll do what my character would think would be best. And just run away.
Just run away.
I'll run away. I'll run away and see if I can find help. But I'll do it stealthily along like
Okay.
shrubbery and things.
Give me another stealth check as you are now moving, not just standing next to a tree bleeding. Wow.
I saw you say
That's pretty
it's the same as
That's the
last
same
time.
as last time. Correct.
Can I sprint? No, can I?
Yeah.
No, okay, so that'll take me further actually.
Mm-hmm.
That way.
Move yourself further there. There we go.
Yeah. Then.
And nobody seems to notice you.
I'm so sad.
Alright, that's your turn.
Yeah.
Feathers is dead, so Carcarius. You are stable, but unconscious. Your turn ends.
Stably disengage and roll away.
No, you are unconscious. You cannot stably do jack. Xerxes, you, however, are not stable, so please give me a death saving throw. Ooh, that is a failure. Your first failure.
Second.
Second. Oh yes, of course, because of the fall from the sky. So the war chief over here shouts to the other guy that's near you, Xerxes, and he says, "Bring him! Bring his broken and mangled body. We might have a use for his magics." And he starts huffing it off in this direction. This asshole. Is it the asshole that I think it is? Nope, it's not.
I missed all of that. What did you say? What did he say to him?
The chief has commanded his soldier to drag your body over to the rest of them. Oh, this guy's over here. He's actually closer to the dwarf, so he's going to bring the dwarf in closer. So I'm not going to belabor this too much. I think for now, I want you guys to all roll a percentile die for me.
Everyone. Or just them.
Everyone. This is to help you decide what the hell is going to happen.
That didn't look like
Who
a
has
6.
not rolled? Baby.
I need Corollus's roll for a divine intervention.
Alrighty. So, let me just do a change in music quickly.
We make it sad, I swear to God.
Make sure they build us some statues next to orcas.
Okay.
Trying to see what's a nice, gentle, easy music.
Misfits, die, my darling.
So, as the scene unfolds, Siren, you start moving off towards the north. As far as you are aware, nobody is following you. Looking back, you can see the monstrosities start collecting the bodies of your friends, and between the orcs and the Oni, I believe the shaman is now dead. Yes. They stabilize your companions.
I did
and
one
start
good thing
stripping them.
before I died.
They start stripping them of their weapons. So I want all of you guys to... I'm not going to tell you to delete it. I want you to just unequip those items for now. Yeah?
Did they roll their medicine checks to freaking stabilize us?
Yes. There are more than enough of them. They have assistance. And if not, the Oni has a wand for that.
So can you hear me?
Unequip, eh?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yes.
So is Bim's not going to get his turn after Orc 2, 4, Troll 1 because Orc 4 can only walk 30 feet?
Will Bims actually attempt to make that trip with the orc dragging your corpse? Well, your body?
I don't know. Can roll for it, I guess.
The adventures of Bims and Siren.
I tell you what. Highs or lows, guys. Highs or lows. This is to determine whether or not Bims is going to attempt to drop a little potion in Xerxes' mouth.
I'll go high.
Yeah, hi.
High as well.
High. 3 highs. Sounds like the highs have it. No.
Damn it.
He decides against it. He decides to fly away after Siren.
Wait for me! What the hell?
Wait for me, kitty cat. And
Oh,
it
they
doesn't
look
take
like-
him long to catch up to you. Actually, wait, that's a good question. Does Bim see Siren?
Well, Bims was here when Siren was...
I was sneaking away.
Oh.
But he does get advantage on perception.
Sure.
So, you want to roll it for me, Ellen? Nope. He just decides to fly away and hide for now. The rest of you guys remain unconscious for a while. You can see Siren as you turn to look back. They drag your companions' bodies nearer to the gateway, and they start stripping them of anything they would consider valuable. So, for all intents and purposes, you guys, you are currently only wearing your clothing. They do not strip you naked.
So my bracers, my cloak, and that stays. All my weapons removed.
Your braces. Anything
braces
magical
is part of clothing.
gets removed. The Oni will personally sniff each item that the orcs bring him, and he can literally taste whether or not they're magical. And anything that stinks of magic, he keeps for himself.
Right, so everything is off me.
He's going to take my phone.
He takes a particular liking
just imagine what other stuff he has stocked.
Particular liking to you?
Your weapons. But yeah, you'll see him start trying to to suss out what everything does. He's already seen some of the weapons in action, like the flaming sword. And that is more like a dagger in his hands, but hey, if
I
not,
hope
why
a
not?
shark bites him.
A land shark. Alrighty. I now need to hear from Siren. So,
Yeah.
Siren, as you are making your way away from Amdi's grotto, in what direction are you heading?
I have no idea. I've not been paying attention that well to the world.
But where would you like to head?
The closest place I can find help.
The closest place you can find help probably be Burle, and you would know that Burle is somewhere to your west. So make me a survival check.
Do we not have horses? Or do you leave them?
You had
You tied them
horses.
up a distance away.
Yeah, so you could probably get to your horses.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's good enough that you would know the general direction in which to go. So you
Doesn't
get on
every time we
horseback.
buy war horses, we lose them.
Would Siren take all of the horses?
I can try, but that's gonna be a mission.
I doubt it. I think she'll jump on a horse and kick it.
Well, I don't know if something is chasing me, so that's right. I would just jump on
As
a
far
horse.
as you can tell, nobody has seen you slip off by yourself. But you do not know for how long that will remain true.
That is true. So I'll just jump on a horse and I'll just... My horse.
Your horse, and not just a random horse. Yours.
Make sure it's my horse. I paid a lot for it.
So you find your horse,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
off you head. So
Yeah.
you know that Burle from here. I just want to close this map and open up another one. Where's my? Sorry, I'm just busy trying to get the right bloody map in front of me now.
I like to think that my spiritual weapon stays hanging in that doorway for as long as possible, just making all of the orcs uncomfortable.
just like taking random swipes at the orcs. All right, so each hex is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about a day's hard ride to Burle from where you are currently.
I try to make notes to keep in mind where this place is. So I don't
you know
just
that there wasn't
blabber about.
actually a main road that you could have that you would basically did follow, getting to what's the name of the other place, Dano Split. But then you guys decided to cross country it directly towards Ambi's Grotto instead of taking the road. But I mean, if you wanted to, you could just join up with the road.
Okay, but I guess I just want to remember where this area is.
Look, if you are you going to ride at a normal sedate pace, or are you going
No.
to actually put foot?
I am booking it.
She
I
is
am
booking it.
Yeah.
I will be honest with you, folks. I did not expect this result.
What did you like? What did you expect? I'm curious.
I expected something to happen, but I wanted to let the dice decide your face. And the fates have decided that you guys are being dragged into the town. So, Siren, while you're busy booking it for everything you're worth, your horse is lathered by the time you get to Burle. But I will handle that in a moment. The rest of you guys, they spare the tiniest little effort patching up, some of your wounds to keep you stable. And they drag your bodies into some of those cages that you saw there in the town. And I'm going to do that right now. Open the map for me again. So let's see. They do try to split you guys up a bit.
Yeah.
And they put you sort of on display.
Let me know when the orcs and Onis and direwolves and that are not looking at us.
Xerxes, you are taken to a cage over here eventually. Because of your fall, I'm going to say you broke something. Please roll a d6 for me.
Your neck.
If it had been a
No.
1, you would have been paralyzed. But you broke your
Jesus.
left arm instead.
It's not your spine.
So this will hamper your spell casting to an extent. So anything that has a somatic component, you will not be able to cast with ease. I'm going to have to make you do a constitution check to attempt anything like that. I want
Would something
each of
like a
you to
cure
roll me-
wounds?
Hmm?
Would something like a cure wounds also heal the break?
Possibly, yes.
Okay.
I will say that I want each of you to roll me, you guys who are captured. So not you, Siren. Roll me a d8, please. Neville?
Rolled it. Hasn't it shown it? Oh, great. It actually rolled it. Fantastic one. Let's try again.
Okay.
Rolled another one.
Beirut, you are the first one to wake up after about an hour or so. Calcarius, you are the second one to wake up after a couple of hours. You get my gist? Xerxes, you rolled a 7.
Yeah.
You wake up after 7 hours. Carolus, for some other reason, it takes
It's
you
fully
8
rested.
hours to
It's
wake
fully
up.
rested.
You are indeed fully rested. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this because
Can I just ask, when I wake up, do I see any of the enemy around me?
yes, you will see that I'm going to move them into their positions now. The bowmen are going to stay up on the wall, except for I think there was 2 that went downstairs. They are going to take up positions. Where's the other guy? Just on the inside here. And they are... One of them is fully healed. The other one is going to probably try and get some rest. So I'm going to drop him in here. The Oni... You see him walking off towards the south somewhere. You assume probably towards this large building over here. The wolves make themselves comfortable near the cages in which you find yourselves. What is going on here? I must actually also just reposition the map for the stream a little bit. So that folks can see what is going on. Oh, that would help if I move the observer. Your spiritual weapon will disappear, Richard, so if you want you can delete that token. The war chief will return to his quarters. The troll will stay away from the fires, but will continue its rest. I wanna. this orc will also take up a guard position because he's quite healthy. And this one will also go get some rest. And you can see, like, when you guys start waking up, you can see that they are still fairly intent on whatever they were doing here. You can see every once in a while, Beirut, you would be the first to notice this. They start hauling off some of the other prisoners that are in these larger cages over here and over here. It's like this thing doesn't want to work. You can see there's even bigger cages here. The cages that you are in, there are maybe one or two other humans in it. Xerxes, you are in a cage with a bunch of women, which was a mistake on their part. There are also some children kept in the cages over here and over here, where Xerxes is. And you can see that there's a diverse array of people. There's quite a few humans. In fact, you recognize some of the folks, some of the halflings and the human tavern keep from Dano's Split in the cages near you guys.
Where's that goat?
When you do eventually wake up Carolus, you are going to notice something else entirely. I'll tell you about it now. So I'm just still trying to move some of these freaking orcs. There's so many of them. Less of them now, but many of them. And I'm going to perform a long rest.
Okay. Would there be a point where none of them are busy looking at me? None of the wolves, none of the orcs, and that are looking at me.
You are a prisoner. Tell me what you want to do, and I will tell you what you need to roll, and we'll see whether or not they notice you doing it.
I want to change into an orc.
In the cage.
Yep. Where none of them are looking at me.
I'm thinking.
Christian, can you speak Orcish?
Even no, I'm going to turn into an orc that has no tongue.
That's very interesting.
So I don't have to talk, I just need to grunt.
But will you still understand them?
Nope. It makes no difference to me. I'm just gonna grunt.
Alright, I will say that at some point, while this resting is busy taking place, there will probably be a shift in the guards, and the wolves will reposition themselves as well. And there will be an opportunity where there might be like a brief moment where you would be able to do something
need 6
like
seconds.
that. You need 6 seconds.
I need 6 seconds. I need 6 seconds. I need an action.
Alright, so let's see. Yeah, sure. I'll say there'll probably be a point where, I mean, these guys have fought, they are kind of tired, they swap out, and yes, you would be able to do it. So you appear as an orc with no tongue.
Hmm.
How
Actually,
long?
by the way,
let's see.
they are humanoid, eh?
They are humanoid. This break in the guard pattern happens after about 3 hours or so.
Cool. So Carcarius will see me. I'll wave at him.
And Siren is not at the other town.
Yeah, Siren is on her way. She is now. She's with this. If she's booking it, she's going to be about. At the end of these 8 hours, she's going to be damn close to Burle. I do not know if her warhorse is going to make it, though.
What do you mean it's not gonna make it?
I'll get to you in a second. Don't you know what happens to horses if you just ride them hard?
It's a war horse.
And so she can give it inspiration.
Yeah, it's a war horse, not a racehorse.
It's an inspired warhorse.
I could just heal it. I could just touch it and heal it, and it'll be be fine.
You could heal the side effects. It'll still be flippin' thirsty, though.
Yeah, I will give it water. Do not worry.
All right. I will say that probably takes into account that you would give your horse a bit of a break if it gets too winded. So, this is what takes place. Eventually, all of you guys get your rest, except for you, Siren. So, the way I am going to do it, I don't know how I'm going to do it, actually. Can I
How
do
much
this?
damage do I have? And you can just
I
deduct
can
it.
rest an
again.
individual.
27. And just heal and put me back on 27.
Okay, cool.
In your spells as well.
Yeah. Let me just.
Oh, well, you just keep
check.
your spells.
2 there and 1 there. Cool.
I'm going to clear initiatives. And I'm going to do a long rest.
Lol.
Yeah, you guys got a little bit of XP because you actually did fight that patrol. But you did not get the XP for this fight. Not yet, at least.
There we go.
I actually remembered to remove it from the thing before I did that. Alrighty, so. Neville, after 3 hours, your opportunity comes. You turn into an orc.
And I'm just going to lay down and play as if I'm injured inside the cage. That's all. Wait for them to come get me out, hopefully.
All right. So one of the orcs approaches the cage that you're in about an hour into the shift and notices as you look like an orc. And he starts poking you with the butt of his spear, jabbering something in orcish.
I'll like grunt. And I'll like point to my mouth where I got no tongue.
And he like peers in and looks at your mouth and actually like reaches it. You know like some apes are want to do where they like just like check each other, and he's like pulling back your lips and checking.
Oh.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It's not just an illusion, hey. You actually, your skin and everything works as normal. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So
I am an orc with no tongue, literally.
He is deceived for this. So he starts
I
pulling.
can roll a deception if you want.
Yeah, maybe give me a deception, just so I have a number to work with. But I got a feeling you could have advantage on that anyway.
I naturally have advantage on it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So make me your roll. Let's see what happens.
Oh my word, that's horrible.
Contested by his what? Wisdom.
If I remember correctly, it's contested by insight usually, so which is wisdom based.
You want to know what he rolled?
Holy shit.
So, Baby rolled an 18 and the orc rolled a 17 for his insights. So the orc jabbers more to you in orcish. And then
I'll look at him and I'll just like raise my hands like, ah!
Precarious is trying to stifle a laugh.
This orc is at a loss what to do.
I'm gonna like go to the door and I'm gonna shake it a bit. Ah!
Am I awake for this?
No, you are still unconscious, as is Xerxes. The orc brings the Oni, who just glides over. And the Oni says in common, "What's this? Who are you?"
I'll just look at the Oni. Ah!
The Oni reaches in a big hand and grabs you by the throat and like lifts you up in this cage a bit to get you closer. And as he's looking at you, he says, "No clan marks. Where did this one come from?" And he looks at the orc. And the orc just stands there and shrugs. Well, me don't know. And the Oni gives you a bit of a shake, gives you a sniff. And I'm trying to think, would he realize this?
I must have rolled another deception for him.
Sure, do so. But
Oh shit! I was supposed to have advantage.
I'll roll again. Pretty good. 20 and a 19, so 20 it is. He's going to have advantage on this. For one very simple reason. That's incredible. Even with advantage. So the Oni looks at you. And he's like, oh, this is useless. This is pointless. Release this one. And you see the orc like scrounge around for a rusty looking key and unlock the door for you. And you
And
are
I'll go down on my knees in front of the Oni and I'll like just ah.
As you're busy standing next to that Oni, you're noticing something strange. All the wounds that this Oni has suffered, there's not even scarring. You can see that there's one wound that is still gaping, and as you're watching, its skin is busy knitting itself and healing itself.
Would
in
I get
real
a
time.
sense if this only is undead, or at least, I mean, we have an idea that it is, but would I know for sure?
You have no idea.
That was the other thing that was undead. There was undead.
Yeah, that's the thing that was destroyed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Beirut, the Oni taps you on the shoulder, and as it does this, his eyes become all glowy and purpley, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
My wisdom saving throws are terrible, apparently.
What did you get? An 8. Alright. So, you don't know what it is about this Oni, but this is your new best friend in the whole wide world. And the Oni starts giving you instructions and tells you that you are to go and clean out all the latrines. And he directs you over to a building over here.
The building over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you just obey his command and make your way over to this building. If I can get your ass there. You open the door, and you can see that there is just shit everywhere. The orcs have no idea how to use a latrine. So it's just been this communal dump site in more ways than once. In one.
Do I get another saving throw against it?
This lasts for an hour.
Okay, so for an hour I'm busy cleaning up shit.
You're busy cleaning up shit. But don't think that the Oni won't come and check in on you.
Put it this way, is there any shovels or something nearby that I can use? Because I'm going to need one.
Yeah, they will give you the tools. They'll give you a bucket, and they will show you where the well is so that you can get water. So this is now after about 6 hours or so. Xerxes, you're still unconscious. Carolus, you are still unconscious. Calcarius, during this time where you see your friend turn into an orc, what do you
And then
do?
go off to clean the latrine.
Yeah. just be aware that you will not have your spells other than the ones that whatever you had left. You do not have your shield, so you do not have your holy device. So anything that requires a material component, you will not be able to use.
God damn.
Very limiting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
What is the time, folks? Oh, it's 8 o'clock.
Should we take a break and give me some time?
Yeah, I was just going to say, shall we take a quick 5-minute break, get some coffee and that, and then you can think what you might like to be doing while the others remain unconscious for a bit, and Siren continues her booking it towards Burle.
If only I had a 2nd level spell slot.
Yeah,
That should be the name of the song.
Because spiritual weapon doesn't need a holy symbol.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. Alright, folks.
You shouldn't have said anything, Richard.
Yeah,
You've
but
given
the
him
thing
time
is,
to prepare.
I don't know how many 2nd level... I think I used all my 2nd level spells, but I can't remember.
Okay, well, have a look. Guys, we are going to be back in a short little bit.
Yeah, the only thing, Richard.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
No, let me go to break, then you can talk. Give us about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. We are going to go get some coffee and a bio break. We will be back shortly. Transitioning, and we're back, everybody. Welcome back. So, your asses are in prison. Siren is busy running. Well, except for Beirut, who has currently assumed the identity of a random orc with no clan. I don't know how wise that was, but nobody's killed you yet. Lucky you. You're cleaning out the latrines. Siren, you are getting closer to Burle. As you do so, the sun starts rising. As you approach the city gates, your horse is tired, you're sore, you're wounded, you've been beaten, you're bloody, you're bruised. You arrive at the gate. The gates are closed. You hear a voice from atop the wall shouting down at you. Who approaches? City gates don't open till 8 o'clock.
This is Burle, right?
This is Burle.
And I'm pretty sure the Chef Bob made himself known.
There's one particular guard captain that is very aware of the Chef Bob.
Let's hope he's on shift, okay? I come here in the name of the Chef Bob and his party.
From somewhere above you, echoing out of a window, you just hear the faint words, "Oh, fuck." As a face appears, and you see the familiar guard captain. He doesn't have his pot helm on, but you see the little moustache, and he looks down at you and he says, "I recognize you. Where is your idiotic companion?"
They've been captured. I need to see a higher up or anyone that can help me, like right now. Or by the gods, you will not survive.
The head disappears and you hear a shout, "Open the gates!" And the gates start cracking open wide enough for you to pass through with your horse before they close again. The streets are pretty empty. There are a couple of people. You see some bakers running around, trays of hot buns and loaves and things, trying to get ready for the day at market. Like I say, most of the shops and things are still closed, though. And this captain did actually give this guy a name.
Think we did. I don't remember. I'm not good with names.
Name written down.
Do not remember. I'm opening a note quickly.
With query, Tangle Bottom, the Castellan, Father Arish.
No, that's someone else entirely. Wait, Father Arish is here.
You know that Wonder Root is here.
Oh god.
Wonder
Guys, we're
Root!
screwed. Siren just remembered that Father Arish is there.
Oh,
We're not getting saved.
We'll see you in a couple of days. Couple of days. So,
She's just gonna go and admire Father Erish for a day or two, forgetting her companions.
She's going to go mourn her companions.
Very devout worshipper of Paylor. No, actually, it does not look like I gave this guy a name. I've got the gate guards in Saltmarsh are Thomas, Sam, Sean, and Earl. But for some other reason, this captain did not get a name. So I have a list of names here.
Okay. Roll
This
the
guy
dice.
was a human. And his name is going to be Talbot.
Talbot? That sounds
You know
familiar.
what would have been
Either
funny
way.
if his name was Bob and that's why he hates the Chef Bob so much?
Oh.
His name is now Bob Talbot.
Yes.
Robert Talbot.
Alrighty.
Oh, who
so
doesn't love the Chef Bob?
Old
Exactly.
Bob Talbot, Captain Talbot.
Most of the Burle security.
Captain Talbot reaches the bottom and meets you as you bring your horse inside the gates, and he says to you, "Well, who do you want to speak to? Do you want to go speak?"
Anyone who can help me. Any higher up. Anyone who can help me. Like, hair's like matted in different ways and I'm exhausted and wounded. I'm just like, anyone.
Well, do you want to go and speak to? Oh crikey! Now my brain doesn't want to remember.
Shadowbreaker.
Kira? Yeah.
Who? What? What? What did you say? No, I didn't hear you.
He runs the town, really.
Onwards to him then.
Her.
Who I did not hear. Her. Who I did not hear.
We are a Shadowbreaker, the Castellan.
Yes, the Castellan.
Nope, doesn't ring a bell. No.
Over there where Wanderroot is, where we
The
stopped
key.
off at Wanderroot and everybody else went past, that's where they went. And that's
So-
why we don't care.
The captain escorts you. Your horse is a little bit slow down, but you make your way out. As it's along the main road, you do see the big white building with the tiled roof and the big stained glass window in the shape of a sun. That is the Church of Palor here in Burle. And you can hear morning prayers being sung, and there's a quiver down your spine as you hear Father Erish's voice very clearly. He's got good lungs. Strong lungs. Sorry, I'm trying my best to make this sound naughty, but I can't. It's impossible for me.
You just want me to be like, yes,
I'm trying to decide. I'm trying. But you are led up the hill towards the keep. You do need to pass by Wanderroot. Would you like to pop in and say hello?
Yes. Wonderful.
He can probably teleport everyone directly into the center of this town.
I'm gonna run up to the tree and hug it. Like, I'm so sad right now.
Old Wanderroot starts speaking to you, and he's never truly sleeps, but he sort of takes a while to rouse himself. Think of the Ents from the Lord of the Rings, basically.
Oh,
They don't do
they're
anything
so
quickly.
slow.
They are so slow.
Ah.
And he says, "Ah, my friend Siren, you are back again. What brings you to my shadow? Or to my shade?"
Bear. Oh, shit. You know, Bear, the furry thing that was with me here. Remember?
Oh, yes,
Remember?
yes, the furball.
Yeah.
Who
Yes,
is not
that
a furball.
Yes. That. Him. They were captured, and I need help. Gotta go to whatever her name is.
Oh, you want to speak to Kiara? Well, yeah, she comes right now.
Yeah.
And you can see
Let's
Kiara marching. She has her like a nightgown on, basically, but she still has her fucking sword strapped to her side. And you recognize that same blade. You were in her office, right? Yeah, you were.
I think
that
so.
same blade strapped to her waist,
Oh.
with the very ornate eagle head on it. And she says, "You look like you've been through a war zone."
Well, am I not bleeding? Oh, either way. I need assistance. I need help. I need
She
all
says,
the help I can
she
get.
says to Captain Talbot, Go fetch Father Erish, would you? She needs healing.
Internal struggles.
And he disappears, and she leads you over to where old Wonderroot is, and Wonderroot does this whole thing and conjures some roots that form into benches for you to have a seat on. She calls to a servant nearby to go fetch some towels and water, and while that is waiting, she says, "Tell me what has happened. How can I help?"
So, I'm out of character. Where were we going before we head to the fortress?
You were at... Where were you going? You were heading for the redwood. You never made it that far.
Okay.
We went to the halfling town. No, we went to the halfling town to go and check up on a few things. Then a split, and we noticed that there was nobody there, and it was a problem. We followed the tracks to Naughty whatever, and we were attacked.
To Umdi's Grotto.
To Umdi's Grotto, yes.
So we went from
Dano Split to
Dano's
Umdi's Grotto.
But I want to know, how does Siren explain what happened?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I was just asking something how she is. Being delusional at the moment and being like injured, delusion, blood loss, tired, almost dead, just slightly, Like,
yes, by the way, you take a point of exhaustion.
That's fine. I'm gonna probably be passed out after this elaborate explanation. Be like, when I sit, and I just start rambling. And like, we're on the road, we went to this halfling, tiny people town, right? To see if a certain person got our baby giant goods, right? For our party. That's what. And there was no one was there. And then we saw tracks, right? And we followed the tracks. And we went
what do you mean no one was there? As in no one?
There was no one. Like, no one was there. Like,
okay. You found tracks.
We found tracks, and we followed the tracks to another place. I wasn't paying attention to what place, right? I don't pay attention.
What kind of an adventurer are you that you don't pay attention to where you're going?
The best kind. And we were attacked? I doubt we were.
You were attacked by what?
Orcs.
Orcs?
Yes.
This close to Burle?
Well, there was like this fortress thing, right? I like to call it a fortress, right? A new fortress thing. And the funny story, Xerxes flew up and dropped a shovel on one of them, like totally killing it. But besides that, there was a fortress full of them. And I think there was like a troll?
It's at this point that a servant arrives carrying like a bowl with some warm water in it and some towels. And she puts it next to you and she says, would you like me to try and clean you up?
But you could try. Just be careful.
She starts dabbing at your wounds. It comes away bloody, the first towel, but she does a possible job, but I mean, you got fur. It becomes slightly matted, one way or the other. Of course.
It was like, ow, be careful, God.
A shovel.
A shovel. It was hilarious. He flew up, straight up, right? I don't know how high. I'm not good at telling distance, but it just dropped it on the
with a shovel.
Yes. Killed it instantly.
She's looking at you with this look of like
it went like straight into the neck.
What the actual fuck?
But that's beside the point. I think there was troll, and there were like fireballs, and an Oni. I don't know what an Oni is. This ghost figure thing, not a ghost, a wizard. I don't know what it's called. It was I don't know if it was floating.
Okay.
Was it floating? I don't remember. I didn't get a good look, but they did drag them all back, right, and like revive them and captured them.
Who? Sorry, I'm not following. Who dragged who? In
The
regard
orcs.
to-
The orcs and the troll and the direwolves dragged my party. Xerxes, Carolus, Carcarius, Beru.
And they are now.
I don't know what happened to them. They're now.
Yes, well, who could have ever foreseen that a battle starting with the dropping of a shovel would end in such a auspicious result? So let me guess, you've come here because you would like our help in rescuing them.
Yes, I will pay you back in any way I can.
Well, it is very fortunate for you that we happen to have a visitor staying with us. And it's at this point that, dropping out of the tree, a very familiar looking elf who was resting in old Wanderroot's branches drops down. And Siren, you recognize this as the elf prince that you guys had met in the Dreadwood, that had shared a campfire with you guys. Do you recall his name at all?
No, I don't recall him at all.
You don't recall him at all? I'm a shitty storyteller.
No. I just don't remember things. I play my character very dumb to his surroundings.
The worst part is, I had his name right here, and now... Oh, no, there we go.
Samuel.
Samuel.
Samuel Valentine.
Yes,
Where, let me just... What?
And you
Samuel?
know that he is a elf prince from the Silver Stand, the elven forest just to the west of Burle. And he gives you a slight bow and says, "My Lady Siren, we meet again. I've been listening to your tale. Quite a strange one."
Well, I'm a storyteller, so you know, I'm good at that. I don't remember him at
Any
all.
noise coming in from the side somewhere.
That's
The
me.
only thing that could have made that story better is if you had your loot, loot out of the
Just
inventory.
plucking at it, and then the thing.
Wait, I know I
drop
can
the
make.
shovel.
And then there was an
Split the
Oni.
orc in half.
Dun, dun, dun. Kind of thing.
Everything becomes dark all of a sudden. It's like,
I don't know why. Discord keeps on like pausing when I'm not focused on it in the stream. Sorry, folks.
No.
And Samuel says to you, "Well, I have come with a small contingent of elves, and there's nothing that we like better than killing some foul orc scum. We may need a little bit of help, however, if there is some sort of spellcaster. We have no magic of our own." Somewhere in a cage, Xerxes stirs and lifts a hand
He
up
likes-
to the heavens.
He like sneezes. It's like someone must be talking about me.
And
I just stare at him like,
Wanderroot says, "Well, if you need help getting there quickly,
yeah.
he knows the lands around Umdi's Hollow, and he could probably open up a similar type of tree gate nearby that he would gladly send his friends through."
yeah.
And old Kiara says, "I could probably spare 10 men from the town guard to assist you as well. But we do have that problem of the spellcaster." And it's at this moment that the very white-robed, very muscular Father Arish arrives on the scene.
I got you. No, I got you. I got you.
We need props, damn it!
I'll just be there like,
The unusually silent Siren, her eyes flaring wide, follows Father Arish as his figure approaches. And immediately he says to you, You need healing, my dear. Here.
That
give me your
reminds
paw."
me. Be like,
He grabs your hand and he starts whispering several prayers,
Don't worry.
one after another, to I almost said Procan for a second, to Pelar. And he says, "You look quite exhausted after your ideal," and he casts Greater Restoration on you. And you feel like you've had a night's sleep. However, you do not have your spells.
that's fine. I want to say, as my paw shakes towards him, I'd be like, don't worry, that's the blood loss, nothing else.
It's just the
That's
blood
blood loss.
acting.
Yeah.
Then he's going to stand up again, having finished kneeling down and healing you.
What a
You
gentleman.
probably recount the story to him as well.
Yeah.
In town at the moment, there are not any spellcasters of note. So the question I ask you is, do you attempt the rescue without them?
The
Or do you
spellcast.
try to find help somewhere else first?
That's the question. I have no idea what they're doing to them. All I saw is them being dragged. Well, glimpses of them being dragged.
Yeah, as
So
you
I
were
don't
running
know.
away. You
So I
started
don't
being
know.
dragged and looted.
If-
She was not running away. She was tactically
I was running away. Don't try to sugarcoat it.
She was tactically
But-
withdrawing.
The thing is, if I saw, that isn't big if, I saw them being revived, but only being like, everything being taken off of them, then I can assume they're still alive and would be kept there for a while.
When
So
you were
I
up on
can-
the battlements, you would have also noticed the cages full of women and children.
Yes, that is true. So if they were alive, I'm gonna assume they're gonna be kept alive, and then I'll ask these people, lovely people in front of me, like, well, relate to them. I think they might be keeping them alive, along with the. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the women and children in the cages. Yeah, slipped my mind. We should probably try and find a spellcaster instead of just rushing in without a plan.
Well, Father Arish volunteers his services immediately. He says he just needs a moment to fetch his mace and his armor.
But is he a spellcaster?
He's
Yes.
a cleric. And you know,
Yeah.
capable of
That'll
casting, I think, up to level 5 spells. He's pretty potent.
I think we can use that. Yeah.
It is a cleric, at least, at any rate. So at least you have, like, first aid on scene. Kind of, if you can't,
From
if
a
you can't
meta
get an
point of view,
ambulance-
there will also be inside help, but
Not that she knows us at this point.
that-
No,
that's-
no.
yeah.
All I know is you're being kept alive.
So things get gathered. Kira immediately sends off messages, starts gathering some of her best troops. You see dropping from the branches of Wonder Root are another 6 elves, all dressed
What
in
the
greens
hell?
and browns. They're just dropping like fucking apples or
What?
something. You don't know what is like Wonder Root.
it's
Are you
like-
growing elves up there.
It's the song. It's raining men.
It's raining elves. Elf men. No, they're not all men. There's some women in there too.
It's raining elves.
And you can see they are outfitted much like you saw them in the Dreadwood. They are clearly on an expedition of some sort. And Samuel will actually tell you they were heading back to put down a bit of a uprising of what are known as jackal wars in the Dreadwood. And he says they will gladly accompany you guys to formulate some sort of rescue attempt, but it's best that they scout the area first and see what's going on. They don't want to make the same mistakes that you guys clearly made.
Yes. And I will try and repay all of you in any way I can.
So after about an hour of this and troops being summoned, it's still early hours of the morning, Wonder Root opens up a portal and you guys walk through it, and I do not know. Do you have your horse with you still?
Would I have my horse? Yeah, I would lead it through, seeing as I left the other horses.
But it's pretty buggered.
Well, then I'll leave it. Fuck, jeez, Gordon.
No, you can
I'll
take it
ride
through.
with.
I'm just telling you that it's just going to be walking.
No.
It won't be carrying any passengers.
If it's not well, then I shall leave it, and I'll just catch a lift with someone else. I guess.
Well,
I'll
nobody
walk.
that's going through this portal has any sort of mount. You
That's
are
fine.
all on foot. And immediately as you start exiting the portal, you see the prince start giving directions. Do you speak Elvish?
Me?
Yes.
Good question.
I know. That's why I
No.
asked it. You don't. Okay, so you just hear him speaking in this musical language. And he tells you he's just sending out scouts to try and gather some information. He gets the certain info from you as well, where to find the town, what did you see, etc., etc. And they basically just stay put for a while. And over a course of maybe an hour and a half or so, you're not too far away from Umdi's grotto, but the elves will return and give you a report, and they will say that they climbed the mountain, and they have seen signs of some of the companions, or some of your companions, though they do not see the Furbolg anywhere.
Siren cries a bit.
Wonder why.
She just cries a bit because she now thinks that she liked the Furbolg. Okay, he was so nice to her. Now she's crying. The guy by crying, you're crying. What?
And this brings us back to what's happening in town and in the cages themselves. It's at this point as well that Beirut, you would have been led back as one of these orcs now, instructs you in Orcish, but you sort of get the gist. You can see a couple of the orcs are resting on beds in this building to the northeastern side of town. It seems to have been turned into some sort of makeshift barracks. It stinks heavily of BO, even worse, Orcish BO, and you get the gist that you are supposed to sleep now and rest before you resume your duties.
Okay, are there any stick shields or anything around here?
In this room, make me a perception check.
Skills. Perception.
Wow. Natural 20.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
the orcs are sleeping in their armor, but you can see that there are a couple of great axes sort of leaning against the wall of the northern beds. That I'll say these two orcs are actually on the beds over here. You will also notice that there are like a loose pile, sort of just like piled up in the corner there, some javelins. There is also a short bow or two lying around in here, and a couple of very crudely made arrows.
I'll grab some arrows and the bow and go lie down and make as if I'm sleeping, but keep the bow and the arrows below me so it's out of sight.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'll just have it next to me. I won't make it out of sight. I'll just have it next to
We'll
me.
just keep it next to you. All right.
Yeah,
So
at the ready.
you go find yourself a bed and make yourself comfortable. In the meantime, Harkarius, you were given time to think of what you were doing.
Yeah, so the only things available to me really are trying to damage something, which I would be smart enough to realize is a bad idea right now. But what I can do is... Where is it? I just want to double check something here. Yeah, so... Healing Word... Like, in this time, could I cast it twice? Considering it's a bonus action and there's time, so to speak.
What are its components?
Verbal.
Only verbal. Shit.
You
Yeah,
point.
of course,
Yep.
it's a word. Healing word. It's the name of the spell. God damn it, DM. Don't you know your
Yeah.
D&D stuff? And all right, and you want to cast it on Xerxes. Who?
Xerxes and Corollas.
And Corollas. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do this
And then
sneakily or just like in Procan's name, be healed?
I'm not gonna do it like, hey, look at me, I'm healing people. Just sort of like, I'll sort of be in a prayer stance because I will be praying to start with, and while I'm praying, I'll just be like, and heal Xerxes and heal Cronus.
All right, cool. All right, folks, it looks like I'm going to have to call this episode to an end, unfortunately, as something has happened with my internet again. We will be back next week. We are hosting a new thing tomorrow evening at 7:30 South African Standard Time. Going to be answering some questions. Me as a DM, some of my players want to DM, and we're going to see how that goes. So if you're around, please join us. This will be every Thursday night at 7:30 South African Standard Time. Stay safe.